The European Union says soon half of its citizens will have been vaccinated against COVID-19. As infection rates go down, many countries are slowly opening up, among them the Czech Republic, where people are coming back to its historic beer gardens and evocative medieval cities. But for many families, their life is not returning to normal. Their country suffered the highest death rate in the EU, and they say that could have been avoided.
This is their final farewell. COVID has taken their bookstore and Marie's husband, the local bookseller.
It
was really sudden. I hadn't expected it would hit my husband. But in 9 days, he was dead. I thought about carrying on, but there were more and more lockdowns ahead, and we wouldn't have been able to sell anything.
The shop was Jaromír Vytopil's life. He was the Czech Republic's oldest bookseller, sticking to his profession throughout the changes in political regimes, from communism to the Prague Spring and back again. When the Iron Curtain fell, he could finally become the proud owner of his own store. Every morning he had his coffee and read the papers in this corner cafe. Mr. Vytopil is a legend. When you came into his shop for a book, just a talk or a bit of advice, he always helped. It was his passion, that much was clear. But in November, with COVID raging in the country and deaths skyrocketing, Jaromír fell gravely ill and succumbed to the virus. Now, widow Marie and daughter Vera are picking up the pieces. Only a few boxes of books are left in the family home.
We tried to protect ourselves from COVID, but in a bookshop you can't always stay behind the counter. And maybe my husband forgot to put on his mask. I think that's how it happened.
But for many Czechs, grief has turned into rage. Here in Prague, protesters have covered the old town square with thousands of white crosses, one for each victim of the pandemic. Activist Jakub Sevil believes government negligence fueled the country's high death toll.
There was elections at the beginning of October, and obviously for PR it's very bad to start new restrictions concerning COVID. So they didn't. So they let the epidemic grow and grow and grow.
Anger against authorities is growing, adding to long-standing resentment over alleged corruption, and people are taking to the streets. I think the government and Prime Minister Babiš have used the pandemic to foster their own interests. I think the Prime Minister put his own election campaign before the health of his citizens. That makes me really angry. Back in Pelhřimov, Marie treasures the family photos that remind her of a long partnership and marriage, all that COVID has taken from her.
The clients grieved with us, and that was something really special. They wept and brought us flowers. It was such a sad goodbye.
For so many Czech families, goodbyes came too soon, symbols of grief for a country that lost part of its soul.